He's given us a measure of faith. Now, this measure of faith also, and I don't want to unpack this too much, but theologians have talked about how God gives us faith to even be saved. Do you realize that? We can't even say yes to God, but His prevening grace is working in our life. He gives us enough faith. It's God's deposit in us. And all of a sudden, we hear the gospel, or we hear it over a period of time, and all of a sudden we say, yes, God, I believe. Well, He gave us the Kickstarter, if you will. He gave us a measure of faith so we can say yes to Him. But here's the dynamic. He gives us a measure of faith in everything. And He said, if you're faithful in little, you'll be faithful in much. He gave one 5 talents or 5 coins, and that one went and multiplied and made 2 more. Are you with me? He said, well done, thou good and faithful servant. In other words, take what you've been given and let the measure increase. Mark chapter 4. Oh, there's so much I could go. Mark 4, right? He takes the parable of the sower and the seed, right? The measure, and I've taught on that before, like they would go to the market, the measure represented the size of the basket that they had, the measure that they could receive or purchase more the grain or whatever in the market. Are you with me? In other words, the measure is what He's given us, but you can increase the size of your measure. You guys are way too quiet today. You can increase it by asking Jesus for more faith. Now, again, I'm not going to do this justice, but in another place, the disciples said, Lord, increase our faith. And He talks about faith and duty. And He goes, well, just go be a good servant. Do what you've been commanded to do, He tells them, right? And so we see this aspect of being obedient to what God's asked. There's a place of knowing that God's the one that increases.